Here's what you need to know about the arrest warrants for Israeli leaders. This morning, the prosecutor in the International Criminal Court made an announcement saying that he was submitting an application for the ICC to issue arrest warrants for the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Defense Minister of Israel, Yoav Gallant, and 3 Islamic resistance leaders. The whole reason Israel's at the International Criminal Court in the first place is because for the past 7 months, they've committed atrocity after atrocity to Palestinians in Gaza and in the West Bank, bombing hospitals, ambulances, sniping journalists, bombing schools, mosques, razing Gaza to the ground, laying the people under siege, starving them out, killing the world's central kitchen workers, bombing UNRWA convoys. You have Israel's Steed Teeman torture camp where they torture Palestinians and amputate their limbs. Anyways, all those things and more is why Israel's even being brought to the International Criminal Court. These arrest warrants would charge Netanyahu and Gallant with multiple war crimes and crimes against humanity, including the murder, extermination, and persecution of the Palestinian people, including targeting civilian population, including using starvation as a weapon to hurt Palestinians in Gaza. The 3 leaders of the Islamic resistance are being charged with similar crimes. Here's what's next. The ICC is going to decide whether or not to actually issue these arrest warrants. This morning, when this first went public, I predicted that Israel would step up their operations in Rafah. I posted about it, and then 2 hours later, they announced that they were expanding their operations in Rafah. I also correctly predicted that U.S. politicians would try to sanction and punish the ICC for trying to hold Israel responsible, and they are already saying that they are going to sanction the ICC and ban their families from entering the United States. And the reason our politicians are doing this is not because we're an ally to Israel, it's because they are funded by the pro-Israel lobby. And if Israel's leaders are arrested for crimes against humanity, what will that do to their career? They won't have one anymore. And I do think none of these guys who've been taking pro-Israel money should have a career. Like, they've sold themselves out to Benjamin Netanyahu committing war crimes and crimes against humanity and all of it. This is blatant corruption. I want to reiterate that the Palestinians have a right to violent resistance against their oppressors. That's something that will stand true for any oppressed people. I want to ask you guys to pay attention for the next few weeks. Watch how our politicians shield Israel from consequence or responsibility or punishment. Research how they're all funded by the pro-Israel lobby. I bet your representative has probably taken money from AIPAC or another lobbying organization. I don't like how the prosecutor creates moral equivalence between the Islamic resistance leaders and the leaders of Israel, because to say that the oppressed are on the same level as the oppressor is a ridiculous statement. I also think that Biden and Antony Blinken, the Secretary of State, should have been included in these arrest warrants for them giving the bombs that Israel used to do all of this to Gaza. Anyways, that was my take. I hope I did a good job explaining what's